I'm here today to speak about mechanical and biological treatment of waste. It's a combination of technologies to enhance recycling from residual waste and reduce the biodegradability of that organic fraction of the residual waste before it's put together forward to a secondary treatment. AMI operates 3 mechanical and biological treatment plants in the UK. One in Cambridge, already operational, and we're building 2 of them, one in North Yorkshire and the other one on Milton Keynes. I think it's a great opportunity for Norfolk Council to reconsider their priorities in waste treatment. It's a very thought-provoking, I would say, day with a lot of opportunities to understand new technologies and try to gather some ideas on what to do with Norfolk's waste in the future.
I think the track record of the process very much speaks about its ability to manage the changing nature of waste streams and fit in with smaller communities. And the benefit having smaller plants is that they can be located in areas where the heat can be made use of, which makes them much more efficient and improves the local economy, because you've got that investment in that local economy, you've got the jobs and you've got all the added benefits of that, because obviously one option is to export feedstock into Europe, but of course what we're doing then is paying taxpayers money to go into Europe, and all the jobs and all the local impact on the community is all in Europe rather than being locally.
It's a process where we convert solid domestic waste into tradable products, such as aggregates, for example, from which you can do concrete blocks, or wood filler to produce particle boards. It's a mechanical chemical treatment, so we grind the waste to a very, very small grain size. I'm talking about 2 millimeters. We add chemicals, and due to the enormous surface of the ground waste, a chemical reaction starts between the chemicals and the waste, and simply turns the waste into whatever we want them to be, aggregate, for example. We are setting up a plant on the Isle of Wight at the moment. The sorting is already functioning, and the eco-cycling part will be installed in April, May and June, so we hope that everything is done by the end of June. I think it's very brave to stop incineration. We don't have that in Germany. Incineration goes on, and the population unfortunately doesn't have the power to stop it. On the other hand, this opens a wide variety and a big field for us to introduce our new technologies and at least to get a chance to be part of it.
Yeah, so I came here mainly to give feedback on the Norfolk EFW project and talk about energy from waste in general, and explain what was the place of energy from waste in recycling and resource management. And then I talked about the energy from waste in Europe and in the UK, in other parts of the UK. I explained also how it works and what was the output, like electricity for 30,000 homes and all the other benefits for Suffolk. And I understand that Norfolk is at a crossroad and needs to make a decision about the future of its waste. And that's been decided not to go through the EFW road. And my intention today was certainly not to try to convince it to otherwise, but I needed to tell as a message that energy from waste is quite prevalent certainly in Western Europe, Northern Europe, and in the UK today, with more than 40 plants in operation.
Okay, the process involves is taking your household waste, so the waste that goes into your black wheelie bin, and it's about turning it into a fuel that can be used for power generation. Because there's not the facilities within the UK at the moment, we still have to send this fuel abroad. So we send SRF, so the solid recovered fuel, to Portugal. That goes and helps power a cement plant. And we send the RDF, the refuse derived fuel, to places in Germany and in the Netherlands for incineration, because they prefer that type of fuel. Dealing with waste isn't easy, and it's about finding the right technology that works for Norfolk. There isn't one solution that fits all, so today is really giving everybody access to all of the different technologies that are out there to enable that you have an informed decision, so when you make your decision you have all the facts.
Plants can be sited at low cost, without any disturbance to neighbours, in an area where it meets the needs of the locality and dramatically reduces the need to transport material over any distances, say to a centralised plant. The materials are processed so that, for example, anything that's cellulosic, anything grown, we separate out the cellulose content within that. Anything else, we separate out the other materials. We of course clean them in the sterilisation process, but the other thing is that the formulation of additives and catalysts is designed to ensure that dissimilar materials are driven apart, so we get a very high purity of the end product, and indeed the cellulose that we can provide is refined to a level far beyond that which you get from grown products such as wood pulp. There are very wide markets for it. It can be reused in the paper industry for creation of new paper. It can be used in insulation. It can be used in creating fire-resistant barriers. It can be used for animal bedding. It can be used for spill absorber. The list goes on. Well, I think it's an exciting event because what you brought together is all the people who are or represent stakeholders in the future of Norfolk and the communities here, and also everyone who is prepared to stand up and say, I have a technology that I believe will work for Norfolk.
Redesign is an enzymatic process that can take unsorted household waste and break down the biodegradable fraction and make it into biogas and get high recovery of recycled materials as well. The biogas coming from the Redesign plant can be put straight into the grid. It can be upgraded into compressed natural gas so the waste trucks can run on this, or you can produce green power and heat from the gas. The current plant that we have is a demonstration plant in Copenhagen, but we are currently working together with FCC on developing a 120,000 tons per annum plant in the UK.
I think it's gone very well. We've heard from a lot of people about new technologies, and this is an exciting future now for Norfolk's waste. And the next stage, as you know, is to, for the WAG meeting to take place and really dissect what went on today. But I was very pleased with the way things went.